You become a father over years of commitment, of teaching your kids valuable life lessons, of supporting your children emotionally, and, as I'm currently finding out very quickly, financially. You become a father when you put family before yourself. I think I truly became a father the first time my baby girl Scarlett called me Dad, not Dada. Babies will call anyone or anything Dada. Their favorite stuffed animal, a family pet, their own reflection, and perhaps most awkwardly, sometimes your best friend, Ted. But when your child looks at you and calls you Dad, you know you've made it. You also know that child wants you to do one of three things. 1, buy said child something. 2, pick up said child and carry them a long distance. 3, wipe said child's butt. Nothing tells you your life isn't all about you anymore, like request number 3, especially when you're wiping up after number 2. But being a dad isn't all biological. To the men who step into the role of fatherhood by becoming stepdads or through adoption or being a dad figure, I salute you as well. It's not an easy role to take on. Just think about one of the earliest examples, Jesus' stepdad, Joseph. Tough sandals to fill, but Joseph did all he could to dad up. Finally, there's no right age to become a dad, though I would suggest you aim for some time after your teens and before your 80s. There's also no one playbook for being a dad, though I would argue that the more you make time for play, the more fun a dad you will be. And there's no way you won't screw up. In fact, in the early days of dadhood, you will screw up. Multiple times, just like your dad screwed up while raising you. And that's okay. The best dads learn from their mistakes. So in a way, the more mistakes you make, the better a dad you become. This is something that dads who make a lot of mistakes tell themselves. And look on the bright side. Your children probably won't remember all those screw-ups. Or one might grow up to be a comedian and write a whole book about them. Chapter 1, Before I Was a Dad. I was born on April 15th, 1971, the fifth son of John and Kathleen, same last name as me. My mom described my birth this way. I was so excited that everyone in the hospital thought you were my first. Dad said, I'm not sure I was there for the actual birth, but I remember your mother being quite excited. Of course, like most people, I don't remember the first few years of my life. This is probably because those of us of Irish descent are slightly drunk off our Irish mother's breast milk for those early days. I'm not saying that all Irish moms are alcoholics. People within the extended Irish community assumed that Guinness was good for expectant mothers because of its iron content, which could be why so many Irish people are fabulous fiction writers, but off the top of my head, I can't think of a single one who's a successful neurosurgeon. Anyway, I came into the world as the youngest of 5 boys. My oldest brother, John, was already 18. My second oldest brother, Larry, was 16. Mark was 10, and Ross, aka Ox, was 5.5, but already the size of a teenager. The Irish Catholic community would refer to me as the proper outcome of birth control. The medical community would refer to me as a mistake. I prefer to think of myself as a surprise, or as the wildly optimistic types would put it, the save the marriage baby. My dad sincerely believed I was immaculate. Not because I was a beautiful baby, but because he had no recollection of conceiving me with my mother. And, like all children, I prefer not to recall the moment of conception either. So we are both puzzled.